this is a real statement by the King and by the senior members of the royal family. I mean, it's very rare they all get together like this for a visit by a foreign leader. They're doing it to make a point. I think they recognize the world feels a little bit precarious right now. You have two raging wars in Ukraine and in Gaza, and you have a lot of people, particularly since the appalling murder of Charlie Kirk, I think are feeling very tense about the way that issues like free speech are going in the world. And I think that the royal family want to make a statement. They are aligning themselves very publicly today with the President of the United States, who they know actually believes in his heart fundamentally in the principles of free speech, as indeed do they. So I think that this is it's a statement by the royal family. We're going to roll out the ultimate red carpet. And again, just to stress, I've not seen this done for any other world leader. This is unprecedented, and bearing in mind that Donald Trump is getting a second state visit, but the first one was for a different monarch. So nobody has ever, US president or anybody else, has ever had a state visit with two different monarchs. So that, again, I think is an important thing to say. Last time it was with Queen Elizabeth. This time it's with her eldest son, King Charles. That is real history. And I keep coming back to how his mother would feel, Donald Trump's mother, Mary, how she would have felt about this, watching her son, just on a human level, you know, having these extraordinary moments with the Queen and then with the King. I mean, really remarkable, I think.
Breaking: Guard of Honor for Trump. U.S. President and First Lady receive a ceremonial welcome in Windsor.
Breaking: ceremonial welcome for U.S. President. Trump receives the largest guard of honor for a visiting dignitary. You are witnessing the death of the old guard and monarchy. The comms are very clear. Notice for color President Trump and the First Lady is wearing. Notice that President Trump walked at least 2 meters in front of the fake king. President Trump just inspected his own military. This is the Capitulation Tour 2.0 on the 17th.
Donaldo Trumpo commented, "We're taking over the UK."
Donaldo Trumpo commented, "Look at that big, beautiful king."
The real king, President Trump, rides with the fake king in the king's royal carriage on their way to Windsor Castle. This tells you everything you need to know who is really in control.
Together we've done more good for humanity than any two countries in all of history. Together we must defend the exceptional heritage that makes us who we are, and we must continue to stand for the values and the people of the English-speaking world, and we do indeed stand for that.
American history. But just think about it for a second. In 30 days, President Trump put together a team that saw the largest ever violent crime reduction in any city in American history, something that people had not been able to do in 40 years. That is a momentous achievement. And now the president is going to take that same model to Memphis, and as he said, more cities after that. The team that President has put together has no equal today or anywhere in American history. I think what's happening here is that what the president has done is made clear. The power of federal law enforcement that was used for the last 4 years to harass and attack conservatives, to harass and attack Christians, to go after law-abiding families, the power of law enforcement under President Trump is going to be used to get all the criminals, all the violent offenders, all the murderers, all the cartels, and all the domestic terrorists off our streets. So whether you're Antifa, whether you're a domestic terrorist, whether you are a violent gang member, a drug trafficker, a trained Irawagwa killer, or anyone else that's threatening our people, President Trump is saying he's going to use his FBI, his DOD, his ATF, his DEA to wipe you out to put you in behind bars, to take you off the street, or to apply whatever legal consequences necessary. Mr. President, I'm honored beyond words to be a part of this team under your leadership as you've saved thousands of lives.
Thank you very much. Come on over. Let's sign that bill. You want to say anything about our great military real fast? What a job he's doing, this guy.
Mr. President, so our Army National Guard is honored to be part of this mission. This is their community. A lot of them are from D.C., they're from Tennessee. When you talk to them, when you talk to the actual population out there who interact with them every day, they say it's a blessing to have them as a part of their life. And then for the National Guard getting to have this where they get to improve their communities, where their kids are growing up and they're going to church, and this is where their families are. Many of them, sir, have said this is the honor of their lifetime, so thank you.
Look at that nice face, and Jenny's a killer. That nice, beautiful face. He's a total killer. I don't know how you do it, huh? Looks a great job. Everybody here is doing a fantastic. All right, here we go.
That's wonderful. Perfect.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you,
Do you have
sir.
any? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
No, thank you very much.
Breaking. President Trump walks ahead of King Charles, breaking royal protocol.
Dreamers, hold on tight. The stage is set. Every sign points to a shift, and soon we will witness a big announcement that will echo across world events. Like a burst of light, this moment will break through the darkness and remind us it is time to unify. Together we rise, anchored in the power of God, knowing this was always part of His plan. Innovation and destiny collide. Tesla time machine energy is here, propelling us forward into a future where freedom reigns. As we step into that future, we declare with faith, God bless the USA and every nation ready to be renewed. The 7 kingdoms will awaken, doors will open, and we will finally see that life is beautiful beyond what we could have imagined. Lfggg, A to Z Dreams.
On September 10, 2025, the Senate narrowly defeated an amendment by Senator Schumer that would have forced the release of the Justice Department's Epstein files. Source, Reuters. Also on September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was shot at Utah Valley University during a public event. Source, Reuters. Guess what you didn't see in the news because of another distraction? The, F on the play?
Now, here's what Erica wants me to relate on Sunday. This is going to be the hard part, but maybe also the comforting part. Charlie Kirk was literally like a son to me. I have 3 sons. He was like my 4th son. My 3 sons are a little bit older than Charlie. He was like my 4th son. So when he was hit, if your son got hit, what would you do? What would you do? I got in the car. Because if there was any way I could save him, I had to do something. I couldn't just, okay, just take him. You guys got it. So they got him into the side of the car. It was an SUV. It was the SUV we took over. And I'm on one side, and there's actually some video of this. Somebody's taking video of this. I'm on one side of the car, the right side, and they're getting Charlie in. So I run over to the other side, but the guy who was dragging him in is now blocking that entrance. So at that point, I run around to the back. I pop the back gate open, and I jump in the back. The car lurches forward. Apparently somebody jumped in the car. So the car lurches forward. So I almost fall out of the car, or the SUV. Then I grab the thing and close it. And there's 5 of us in the car now. Justin's driving. Dan is up front with the GPS. Rick has got him. Rick's on my left, and Brian is there, and I'm coming over the back seat, and Charlie's laid out in front, just right in front of me. And Charlie's so tall, we can't close the door. We drove 4 miles, I don't know, it's 4 something miles, all the way to the hospital with the door open. To this day, I don't know how Brian stayed in the car, because we're just go, 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 go. We're trying to stop the bleeding. You saw it. And I'm yelling, come on, Charlie, come on, come on. Meanwhile, my phone is still on. My son and daughter-in-law are hearing this whole thing. And a security team, again, Justin, Dan, Brian, and Rick, they love Charlie. But they were much cooler than I mean, they're just carrying out, they're calmly, but they're swiftly doing exactly what they were trained to do. Rick starts praying out loud. I'm praying out loud. We're yelling, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. My son's hearing all this, and we're doing the best we can to navigate traffic. This is not a highway. We're on surface streets, and suddenly there's an ambulance coming toward us, and there was conversation in the car. Should we stop? We're like, no, just keep going, just keep going. The doctor later said that was the right thing to do. Ambulance goes by us. We're still heading to the hospital, trying to get there. At one point, somebody says, let's get there in one piece, because we're cutting through intersections. We're just beeping the horn. This is not a emergency vehicle. There's no lights. There's none of this. And I go, we got to start CPR. So I try and start that. Now, Charlie wasn't there. His eyes were fixed. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking past me right into eternity. He was with Jesus already. He was killed instantly and felt absolutely no pain. That's what I was told later. But of course, we had to try. And by the way, there was just nothing any of us could do about it. We were giving him CPR, but nothing was happening. It wasn't like if we had better first aid or we had better medical facilities or we were faster to the hospital, we could have saved him. We couldn't. So if that's any comfort at all, Charlie didn't suffer. He was gone. He was with Jesus, absent from the body, present with the Lord. That's where he was. Now, it is true, when we got to the hospital and they started working on him right away, they did get a pulse back. And so Rick and I were just, everyone's praying. We're just praying for a miracle. We had a small sliver of hope. And the doctor later said that we got a pulse because Charlie was a very healthy man, but the shot was catastrophic. So 20 or 30 minutes later, the surgeon came out and said he was dead.
Grace, how sweet
Rep. Rashida Tlaib, DMI, refuses to answer whether she supports designating Antifa a terrorist organization. Instead, she deflects and filibusters. That's because she shamefully supports what Antifa is doing. Tlaib sympathizes with terrorists.
Hello, Congresswoman Tlaib.
How are you?
Pretty good. Do you support designating Antifa as a terrorist organization?
Did you get caught in the rain yesterday?
How about you answer my Antifa question about being a terrorist
I want to know if
organization?
you got caught in the rain yesterday.
I'll answer yours. Yeah, I did.
I know it was crazy. It was like a monsoon yesterday. And nobody, and when you're in the building, you don't know if it's raining or not.
But what about Antifa, Congresswoman?
Swisher 1776 on X. Alert! IQDRV. The Council of Ministers votes to allocate a real estate building in Baghdad belonging to the Ministry of Finance on a lease basis to be the headquarters of the World Bank branch in Iraq. Swish 1776, posted at 5:58 a.m., 17th September 2025, BL on X. Comments. Now we are talking. That is taking a place at the table. And a nod. Boom. And then Iraq had the World Bank moving in. Or was it there all along? A World Bank headquarters doesn't appear overnight. This was planned and timed. Many are asking, does this mean the RV is imminent? While no date is official, this development shows Iraq is laying the last pieces of the framework required for IQD convertibility and Forex readiness. Bottom line, the World Bank doesn't open branches where there's no future. This is a massive confidence signal to the world that Iraq is ready to rejoin the global economy and that the IQD must soon follow with revaluation and convertibility. Lfggg, A2Z Dreams, 9.1725.
Trump gave the Treasury the green light. The Treasury gave the banks the green light, and the banks are ready to do it. But they want some guarantee from Trump, given that every time they were going to do it, he changed his mind. At some point in these 72 hours, that is, until Friday after Forex closes, the RV is expected to be released. Tony says we should be happy because we're there. A fantastic night for everyone. KRG gives green light for oil exports after nearly 30 months. Baghdad expected to release 2 salaries. Posted by Mohammed Jongadost. This comment below posted by channel8.com on X. KRG finally gave the green light to export oil. It's go time, finally. New rate incoming.
Was not treated unfairly. He knew what he was doing and did it anyway, and he's paying the price. But I'm telling you, I don't feel good about it. I wish he had not done it. I wish he had called me and read me the monologue. I would have said, Jim, no way that's appropriate. No way. Think about the widow. Think about the widow of Charlie Kirk. And you're accusing millions of Americans of being complicit in his murder? That is not true. You are misleading. You can't do that. And that is the story.
Charlie Kirk posted this message on X at 10:49 p.m., 5th October 2017. Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Donald J. Trump on Truth Social. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has 0 talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, 2 total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it NBC, President DJT. Breaking. Jimmy Kimmel faces federal investigation after telling viewers Charlie Kirk's suspect, Tyler Robinson, was MAGA. Daily Mail. Forwarded from Inside Paper on Telegram.
What I want to add here is that it takes a truly demonic spirit, right, to be a part of the people that were swarming pressuring, threatening, intimidating Charlie to then flip in 1 second after he dies and say, pretend it never happened, like they were just great friends. That's weird to me. It's very weird to me. We wouldn't be here if they didn't do that. They could have said anything, by the way, like, Josh Hammer, I know how you were messaging him. Like, release the messages, buddy. Just release all of your threads with Charlie in the 48 hours leading up to his death, okay? Let people see it. They did it at first regarding me last year. They insisted, and I said, Charlie, I couldn't even come up for air. I said, Charlie, don't even think about it. I don't even care. Don't even fight your donors. Like, just let them think they won, because I got to rebuild my entire life. I was just publicly fired. You know what I mean? Like, this is not, you're good. Like, you are so good. I couldn't even care about this less. Like, you're a brother to me. Do what you have to do to survive, okay? And then he just saw them moving into it. It wasn't just Candace. They wanted Tucker. You're not allowed to talk to Tucker. Tucker shouldn't be here. And then Charlie realized which way the wind was blowing, because it's never enough. It's never enough with them, okay? They want to be the authority on speech. And it is reality that those very same people who were pressuring him and threatening him and intimidating him and calling him an anti-Semite and telling him he was hosting anti-Semitism, then became the fastest people to try to eulogize him and to say, look no further. He effectively died for Bibi Netanyahu. It's wrong, and we have to stand up to that narrative. Matt Gaetz jumped into the ring and basically just doubled down on what Tucker Carlson said. He tweeted this: I have personal knowledge as to many of the claims Tucker is making here. They are 100% true. Yes, they were demons. There's just no question. It's very weird when a demon then pretends that they weren't being demonic. You could be chill. You could have transformed it after Charlie was assassinated. You could have said, wow, my last correspondence with him was I was upset about something, and now I realize that life is so short and fragile, and it's really not worth it to skirmish with one another. Like, I really regret my last correspondence. And then I would have been like, okay, that was really authentic and real. Instead, they were like, we had a wonderful time. I just saw Trump. Wasn't what? Oh, love Charlie. Just loved him so much. Something is weird about that. Spiritually, it's evil. That's what it is. It's evil. And in case you needed any more, another person to tell you that he was being intimidated and they were bullying him about who he could speak to, here's Megyn Kelly. She joined Tucker Carlson, and she says this very quickly. Take a listen.
Charlie is not the only one who's been threatened or was threatened to cut ties with you or not platform you. I, too, have gotten that, especially since you've been more outspoken on Israel. And I couldn't care less the amount of pressure they put on. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. This is madness. Why would you want to silence such a powerful, important voice just because you disagree with them on one subject, one on which we've all watched you sincerely evolve as you grapple with principles you've been espousing for years, like America First, like what's happening to Christians, like what's best for us and our kids here. How do I keep them safe? That's my number one priority. And I've been just absolutely disgusted and recoiled from people who have tried to pressure me on it. It, of course, never happened. But I know from speaking to Charlie, he felt it too. You've heard it from Charlie that he felt, and there is a layer here of nefarious pressure to have certain narratives go only one way.
Yes.
That must be called out and must be fought.
The FBI is now looking into as many as 20 or more other people who may have corresponded with this assassin beforehand. There may have been foreknowledge of the shooting. If there are co-conspirators here, what kind of threat level are we talking about?
Well, we don't know, Jesse, and that's why I've been so proud of Cash and the way that he's handled this investigation, because he's cast as wide a net as humanly possible. And the FBI really is looking at everything. By the way, there's a lot of weird stuff out there. For example, the CEO of Discord, or one of the leaders of Discord, said that there were no Discord chats that involved this guy. Now we know that there were Discord chats that involved this guy. So we need to look at everything. We need to leave no stone unturned. My own attitude to this, and people will send me stuff, Jesse, from the deepest, darkest corners of the internet. Some of it sounds pretty crazy, but I'll send it to Cash and I'll talk to my team, because I want us to leave no stone unturned. It's the only way to honor Charlie is to get to the bottom of exactly how this person was radicalized and who else was involved in it. Now, we could find out that this person was radicalized and it was terrible and there were a lot of very evil people in his life, but they didn't have foreknowledge. Right. We may find out that there were many, many people who were involved in helping this guy pull off the shooting. We just have to get to the bottom of it. That's what justice demands. That's what being a good friend to Charlie demands.
How did you feel about it?
I was honestly horrified because I'm someone that's always been outspoken. I love the truth, and for some reason, people are afraid of the truth. I've been told all week, he would have hated someone like you. No, he would have respected me because I'm my own person and I know how to have my own thoughts. So when I saw it in real time, I was completely devastated. I can't believe someone that has an opinion is now dead. It's disgusting.
A to Z update 9/17/25. Hello, dreamers. Yes, the answer is yes. Our team will be going to redemption centers, and we will provide the 800 numbers and scheduling information as soon as it is released. Important reminders. Redemption centers are run by the U.S. Treasury. They will provide higher contract rates than street rates on Forex. They are the only place where you will be able to redeem ZIM bonds and agro checks. Be smart, humanitarians. Please continue to use discernment. Watch what we post on the main channel. Misinformation, even from well-meaning intel providers, is rampant right now. Stay grounded. Hold steady, dreamers. The finish line is closer than you think, and your light will help guide the way for others. Lfggg, A to Z Dreams. I choose not to participate in the collective hate and fear. Instead, I will send peace, love, and healing energy to all.
A light blessing for your heart. May your spirit rest in the gentle knowing that you are never alone, that every word you share carries more than information. It carries your light, your love, and your strength. May your heart be wrapped in calm, like soft golden wings enfolding you. May your mind find clarity, like a still lake reflecting only truth and peace. And may your path, even when it feels heavy with service, be illuminated by the love of those who walk beside you, in spirit, in dream time, and in light eternal. You are cherished. You are guided. You are never forgotten.
Each sunrise is a promise. The past is released, and life begins anew. May you step forward with trust, guided by light, embraced by grace.